I couldn't imagine a woman's transition to a man, or a man's transition to a woman. There's no way in this society you could win. Deep within, I know you going through your options. You popping, open up the door, come out the closet, let's go.
May heaven open up its gates for its angels. My devil tell you it's a place that you can't go. Know the one's blind, we gon' know the shine. Like every color of the rainbow, right? It's okay, we gon' love you anyway.
Like every color of the rainbow, like every color of the rainbow, like every color of the rainbow.
It's alright, it's okay, we gon' love you anyway.
Like every color of the rainbow, like every
What's going on, entertainers? So come tell with another video. We doing Baddies USA. At this point, I don't know the episode number, and I look, you don't care, okay? There's shade, okay? Now, and also, it doesn't matter at this point. I told the members, y'all know they about to film chapter 2 next month. Ain't that crazy? Like, damn. Like, shoot. I know these girls' wounds, like, they never get to heal, okay? Now, the episode opens up with Biggie. She looked like she going through the WWE channel. She like, dun, 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 dun. She walking through like she about to go play football or something. She about to score a touchdown. She coming through. Next thing you know, somebody just attack her from the side. I don't care what nobody said. It gave setup to me. I'm sorry. Maybe I watched too much reality TV or something, but like it gave very much setup to me. Is there Jade? Like it gave very much setup. It looked like a setup. It gave setup. Like it just was set up. You know what I'm saying? Because that clear shot was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen a clear shot like that on Zeus in I don't know how long. Like it's like the cameras was propped up for that to happen. They're like, and go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it gave to me. If I was Biggie, although it was a funny Biggie's reaction and how she like maneuvered through the whole thing. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not funny though, because she really could have got hurt on some real ish. So it's really not funny when you really think about it. Okay. Now the girl that attacked her was Ciroc. Now this is the girl that was all over Instagram claiming to be Tommy's friend and how she's gonna be on the show. This was her way in. Apparently she's known for, I forget which city she's from. I think it's Philly. Who cares? And how she's like a big fighter. No, yeah, Philly, I think. She's some big fighter out there, and how you know, she gonna do her big one. So she was the one that was going online, and then we saw the aftermath of what happened with the next episode. She came out looking like dragon tails with bumps like all over her forehead. The only reason that's me to think that it wasn't a setup was how aggressive security was being. Biggie at this point is freaking out. She like, I got you by your hair, nigga. What's up, bitch? I got you by your hair, bitch. What's up? Like, to me, Ciroc didn't really do what I guess intended to do. Okay, what Jigga said, what you thought you were gonna do isn't what you actually did. Like, she didn't really do much to me of damage. Like, Biggie looked fine by the end of it. So she like, I got your hair by your hair, bitch, nigga. What's up, nigga? So they like grabbing them at this point. They separating them and stuff. They finally get Biggie to a side. Ciroc disappears into the abyss. We don't see her at all by this episode. We get mentions of her, don't get me wrong, but they don't even say her name. I said, damn. She made it seem like she would have had a confessional, that, you know, she had scenes, that she did her big one. She was a part of Buckins. Like, it was like, she made it a whole thing. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the heck was that? Like, this is why you don't be talking about stuff before it happened. I learned my lesson the hard way. I don't talk about nothing until y'all see it. You're not finna catch me on here bragging that I look like a plum fool. So she like disappears into the abyss, and then a Biggie as at this point freaking out. She like, bro, yeah, y'all niggas set me up, bro. That's what y'all niggas did, bro. Back the fuck up, nigga. Back up, back the up. Turn it down, nigga. So she like pushing the security away. Anna's just like, boom, who did it? Who did it? We need to know who did it. So they get a pan of Biggie's back of her head. Now, Big Bigs, if you need a transplant early, I got you. They shade. Yes, I finally revealed what it was. Vlog is coming very, very soon. As I can see, ooh, it went amazing, right? So, yeah, and this is like third month in. So, yes, imagine a nigga finna have dreadlocks, fuck nigga, right? But she was like freaking out at this point or whatever, and then we see the back of her head. It was like at the bottom of it. It looked. I don't know if Ciroc ended up taking a chunk, you know what I'm saying, and going along with it as like a baddie souvenir, or that was just how the braiding was done. But it gave, those big niggas who got the rolls in the back of their neck. You know what I'm saying? That you could, the swipers. I call it the swipper swipers. That you could take a credit card, debit card, and go swoop. Your card has been accepted. Whoop, your card has been declined. I just wanted to get a credit card, debit card, the back of Biggie's head. It's a whoop, baddie approved. Like, they just kept panning to her back of her head. And I'm like, can y'all stop? The girl that got snuck, she's freaking out. Can y'all just pan to somewhere else? Because the back of the head like that doesn't look the most flattering. At this point, Biggie is just livid. She walking around next to people that was standing next to her. She like, these bitches? You plotting with these bitches. She walk up to the nigga like, no. They blurred his face out. He walk out to the back of the scene because he don't want nothing to do with it. Next thing you know, they pan and we get to see who's probably the real culprit behind all of this, if we're going to be honest. You see her talking to Natalie. And then next thing you know, Sapphire's like, whoa, why they running and they done? I'm sorry. Listen, Baddies is becoming more dangerous than the Iran war. This is crazy, okay? Them bitches is really militant, okay? At this point, let me papar for chapter 2. Can we get them uniforms and just be like, salute Baddie? Because at this point, this is crazy. You got Janelle Duncan like she in wars. That pan of Janelle Duncan like that was so funny to me. I'm sorry. It's not funny because if it was real pop-pows, y'all, Zeus should be ashamed of yourself putting these girls in harm like that. But the way that she got down and said, like, this was shield bullets. You get what I'm saying? So the girls are all dunking. They're like, oh my God, why they running and dunking? Anybody that knows anything in street life, if you see people running in a certain direction, you better get up out of there because some coming ain't good. And if you see people ducking, you better duck and run. You know what I'm saying? So and all the girls and stuff start ducking and stuff. They start asking as she watches this, they're like, hey, Miss Washington, like, what's going on? It's really not funny, y'all. Sorry for laughing, but it was just that scene that it really had me cracking up the way that she ducked like that. Because it was like, are we really watching this? Next thing you know, we see Island Boy. I'm like, you really was working hard for that bad boy spot. I'll tell you. Okay, that Island Boy was putting overtime. That OT mother to get on that show. Okay, we see Island Boy. So at this point, they're trying to figure out where is Ciroc. At this point, we don't even know her name, but they're trying to figure out who is this. What Red said on Beggars Cup, unidentified body. Okay, so they're going around, they checking for her. They looking for her, Anna's looking for her and everything like that. So then there's this girl in the club, messy girl number 1. We don't know her name. So she's like, oh, I got a video. Ciroc was next to Low London, but I don't know if Low London know her, but she was recording the video. Like she was recording everything. Like she was recording Ciroc and stuff like that. So Biggie's like, oh yeah, nigga, where Low at? Where Low London? Where Low London? And then she like, me and Low London got into a bad argument in New Year's Day, nigga. So I think that was when they were either in Dubai or Miami, one of the two, right? Because I think Zeus all went to Dubai. So I remember one year they all went to Dubai or something for New Year's or something to that effect. I'm guessing it was probably that. Next thing you know, Biggie tries to go and get Low London. All I kept thinking is Low London saying, man, I'm just trying to go out tonight. Bitch, I'm trying to go out tonight. I'm trying to have some fun tonight, ruining my buzz in the club. I'm just trying to go out tonight. You wasn't going out tonight, okay? You was going to go out like a light. Had to seek in them got their hands on you, Bukabat, okay? I don't think Low London even knew the Ciroc girl, to be honest. I really feel like it was a mass confusion. She might have been around her, but I don't think she knew or was homegirls or friends with a Ciroc. They don't even seem like they would even be the type to hang out. No shade to Ciroc. So I do feel like it was a bit of confusion when it came to that. I just think she was recording probably just to be messy. She did even go live about it. It's on the channel. It was months ago, no shade. I wouldn't even be able to tell y'all the title. I got like over like 4K videos. Like, yeah. So sorry. Do y'all searches and look it up. So she was basically saying, like, hey, she had nothing to do with it in that video, from what I remember. So at this point, Lo started throwing stuff. So she throwing glass, she threw a chair. All you see, mind you, that visual is not even clear, but you just see Lo Leonard pick up the chair, like she just shaking the chair about to like shank it at Biggie. Biggie's like, oh yeah, what's up, nigga? Bitch, I got bombs in Baghdad, nigga. So she boom, boom, she throwing stuff. What's her name throwing stuff? So then that's when gra gra boom, I called the other Tasiki Mariah. Well, Tasiki and her cubs. Tasiki and her cubs try to get onto Low London and they try to basically attack her at this point. I just feel like Zeus should low-key be ashamed of himself because the amount of danger y'all put these girlies in this episode is crazy. They almost got popped. Y'all let a stranger attack Biggie. Like, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. So then they have like a low-key mini house meeting in the middle of this drama. So Biggie starts explaining what happened. She's like, bro, these niggas trying to come for me, bro. And guess what? I'm standing there. I'm coming through. I'm like, they think I'm Big Meech. I'm Larry Hoover, nigga. I'm popping through. Next thing you know, bow! And I hit it with the bow! And these not even gunshots, no Fabio, nigga. So next thing you know, we going back and forth. She didn't even damage my lips, nigga. Look at my lips, bro. My lips is too big for you not to get my lips, bro. Big as my pussy, nigga. But you ain't even get them, bro. Like, in Low London, she ran, nigga. Like, she just going on a tangent to sink in and be like, hey, let's go. At this point, let's go. So they kind of just end off the scene right then and there. By the way, Jayla, y'all know I don't want to give her a lot of tens always, but this 100% 8 down. This is how you correctly pair colors. Y'all know I never been a hater, even though the girls think I am. This is how you do a look, okay? The hat, the hair color pairing, down to the necklace. This is a 30 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Not even 10s across the board. 30 across the board. She 8. And also, Mariah is giving us My Little Pony, pocket full of posy, best friends forever. My Little Pony. Y'all remember the My Little Ponies? I just want to go like this with a brush. She looks so cute, don't she? Now, at this point, I just felt like they took too long to get them out that venue. Like, and another thing, too, why y'all bear hugging Biggie? Y'all know the bitch ain't even that quick, no shade. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she'll be able to stampede and outrace you, you niggas. Okay, it was one security guard with the braids, bear hugging her the whole time. Just, I'm like, at this point, you might as well just, cause like you all up on her like back. He cute though, don't get me wrong, but it's like, oh my god, I would have gotten irritated because imagine you being angry and somebody's all on your body, like back up. So I understood Biggie's frustration. At one point, she started swinging at the nigga. She was like, she started swinging at him. They start separating it and stuff like that. And then they kind of they go outside. They still looking for her. Ciroc at this point is gone. Okay, the alcohol is she gone where Diddy is. You know what I'm saying? Kaputs, nowhere to be found. And they kind of ended off there. We end up seeing Co-Killer, Fauna, and then Scotty ends up walking in. So they start talking about the whole situation between Tavy and her, which, by the way, Scotty looks so good. That is how you do pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even low-key even tell the girl is pregnant. Like, she just looks the bomb.com. She looked better than some of the baddies that aren't even pregnant. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So they start talking about the whole Tavy thing. And Scotty's like, do you think it's because you guys drink? That's why y'all argue so much? Fauna's like, no, we always argue like that. I'm like, Y'all, I'm not trying to push a narrative just to be, I really do believe it. Like, I'm sorry. I know they both deny it, but I've seen it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I do believe it. So Gra Boom ends up meeting, which by the way, I am gonna do a Zeus Town Hall soon because I do feel like what Tasiki has been doing to Biggie is very fake. I don't care. You all of a sudden bestie boos with Lex, and that's your friend. Please, okay? These heavy hitters, like y'all love to call them, they don't want to be heavy hitting each other. That's what it gives. Okay, everybody else is fair game except for each other. The Ivories, the Lexes, the Tasikis. It's like they all have an alliance. You know what I'm saying? Like, please miss me with that. I know Ivory and Lex end up getting into it, but y'all get the point. Anyways, so they walk up to Biggie, and Biggie's just like, "Yeah, friends, what's up?" And Biggie reveals that she went to the cops. Am I mad at her for that? No. Let me tell you why. Y'all got to look at it from Biggie's perspective. She's in a whole nother state she's usually not in. A random person attacks her. If she does not do something about it now to let people know to stop playing with her, people gonna keep doing it and thinking it's funny if she don't make an example out of one person. I compare it to a situation. I ain't gonna say to bring up the situation because that's gonna create a whole argument in the comments. If you don't make an example of somebody once, they're gonna people online gonna keep thinking that you're to be tried. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like she did the right thing. I don't care what nobody say. I know Mariah said where I grew up. Well, guess what? Y'all are not on the streets right now. This is a show. So she should not be getting randomly attacked on a show. Because y'all gotta understand that point in time after that situation happened is when all the details started coming out about who's Ciroc and all this stuff. Before that, we got a little rumblings of her, but not really. So to Biggie, that's a whole stranger. That's not somebody that's a guest on the show or nothing like that. She didn't get a contract until what? That scene that she's gonna film the next episode. So why wouldn't she go the legal route? That to me is crazy. Like, let that have been one of the other baddies, they would have did even worse. Straight up. Biggie was a little too calm for me because the camera would have got broke, the producers would have got punched, Ashley would have lost some sniggless braids. It would have been a wrap had it been some other baddies. So we get back to Fauna, and Fauna was basically saying that she don't regret what she did, but she felt like her delivery was 100% wrong. And you know, at this point, Cold Killer's cheering her on. She like, well, that's how you felt or whatever. So, and I go like, you ate that. I'm like, oh, I wonder what Natalie's gonna think about that. Cause Cold Killer, didn't you go on tour with Nat? Mm? What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? The girls are very fake to me behind Natalie's back. But the moment an opportunity calls and things need to get done that will benefit them financially, they switch up. So I find that to be very interesting. I do. Okay. I really freaking do. Now, Fauna was right though, because I'm the same way. Like, I do let things boil up and then snap, which I shouldn't do, but I'm learning. Like, it's no shade. Like, that is something I'm really bad at. Like, I'll let it build up and then like I like pop. So she ain't lying when she said that. You know what I'm saying? So as much as I was making fun of Fauna, that's what she did is something I would have probably did. Now we go back to Gra Boom, and they start giving Lex her flaws. They're like, oh, Tasiki talking about, oh, Lex was so concerned, by the way. You know, like, that's a good girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really was trying to look out for you, Biggie. So I feel like we as Gra Boom should invite her back into the clique. I'm like, what is the Survivor? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all having alliances at this point? What the hell? Like, please miss me with all of that. Like, Lex, you know, is worthy of being like a part of like y'all clique or something like that. And Anna, I don't care how much she try to fake it. She ain't gonna never like that Lex. She just sees her as a tall, jolly green giant type of girl, and she don't like her. She feels like she's a production puppet, and you know, just one of them. I don't think she'll ever like her as much as she wants to fake it. I think she just kind of went with it because it was a part of the scene. But I know as soon as the scene ended, she like, girl, I'm not gonna be friends with that tall, lanky bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she was talking mad crap about her off camera. Like, please, they're not gonna be friends. And it's just like we as the people need to stop trying to push that to happen because it's just not. They're just not. It's like oil and water. It's not gonna mix. And also, to be honest, Lex did seem concerned or whatever, but my whole thing is Lex shouldn't be fighting on nobody on no Biggie's behalf. It should be you, Tasiki, to be honest, okay? Because you see how fast the baddies switch up. Now Lex done made Biggie's nose damn near break and his nose injured. You see how that work? She was just offending her, getting mad, and Loki was fighting for her, and now she done fractured her nose. You see how that works? So then Tommy is sitting down with Sky, Nunu, and Summer like, man, the cousins said that you done stuck the bitch on Biggie. What's up? So Tommy like, man, I don't even know the hoe. Like, we don't even play like that. I don't know it's a rock. Bitch, I drink vodka. I drink Alizé. Fucking Tomo. So I don't know who this bitch is, but it's like, it's my boxing. It's my slap boxing. It's my control. These bitches trying to do on me. I'm like, it's mind-boggling, Tommy. Okay, like, wow. You didn't even know that term? I feel like Tommy is such a liar. You may not have known her to the point where y'all friends, but you knew of her for her to do that for you, Buka. But y'all met and y'all got cool or something like that in that time frame. But don't act like you feel me, like this is just some stranger that thought that she would end up with a spot on Baddies. No, babes. No, babes. I think a call was made and a hit was sent mob style, and you got and Biggie got. That's what it gave to me. So I don't know why she tried to put it out like, man, I don't even know this whole like what? Sarah, man, I'm sober. I'm like, please. So at this point, they start talking about the tour and stuff, and DJ Sky's like, yeah, you know, Tommy, I have to have you on this next show because in Atlanta, we were all looking for you. Tommy like, man, I don't want to get arrested, nigga. That was all looking for me. Yeah. You had Fauna. That bitch had cuffs in the back of her dress. She was trying to get me. I ain't want to perform out there because I ain't getting arrested for y'all entertainment. My whole thing is Tommy beefing with every PD in every state. I swear to God. In Miami, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. It's just like, what? Why are you on the run? Tommy is like the grown-up version of Kashmir, a richer, grown-up version of Kashmir. She's always on the run. You know what I'm saying? She always running from the law. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's always snitching on her and making her end up behind bars. Like, she just always on the run. You get what I'm saying? So to live like that, though, is kind of sad, Tommy. Like, you really cannot enjoy life. Now, I will say that case that she had in the 305, she was in the right because they did rough her up, and the PD department allegedly tried to get together to try to get her got. So in that situation, that was one of the situations that, you know, she was pretty innocent in that. So I get why she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to seem like Krishan had the day after day. Seems like it all something. Dun, 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 with her hands behind her back. She didn't want that scene. Okay, that's why. So Natalie gathers all of the girls to sit. Well, not all of the girls. Lex says her favorite girls. I said, ooh. Okay, that was very teacher's pet like of you, Lex, to say her favorite girls. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? But we had Lex, Dolly, Tavy, Jayla there, Sapphire. So it did give her favorite girls, like Natalie's most liked baddies. Janelle was there. And at this point, Natalie's tired. She was just like, you know what? Like, I'm sick of being like fake. Jayla, you were there the whole season and you let these girls talk about me. And you didn't say anything. You just sat there and you known me the longest. What's wrong with you? Jayla's like, well, the history that we may have may not compute to the equation that may enter in your mind of what's going on in the literal sense. Y'all know her. She's going to try to give a soliloquy in a speech, okay? I have always said I do feel like she is a little bit of an opportunist. And I think Natalie's starting to realize that even more and more as the season goes on, that she feels like she's not being defended as much. I just feel like Jayla's so calculated. She's so smart. she's gonna defend Natalie, but not to the point where it pisses off the girl that she's beefing with at the moment. That's what it is to me. That's what it gives to me watching the show. Okay. So then they get to this whole situation with Fauna, and she's just like, yeah, and the way you guys let her go on for 20 minutes. Like, that's crazy. That's why I really feel like next season she's gonna bring like Pressure and Naja something to really defend her. Because they wouldn't let Fauna do all that yapping for all that long. So speaking of Fauna, they're like, Tavy, like, what's up between you and Fauna? Like, what's going on with that? She like, you know, like we cool friends, you feel me? But like we be getting into it. You heard, like, word of moms, like we be arguing down a lot, and it's like we supposed to be cool, but it's like we friends though. You know that you do some things, but we friends though, right? So Lex is just like, oh, are you guys just friends? Cause like I heard that like you and her did some things. So Tavy like, man, come on, son. You really trying to get with me, son? No, it don't even get down like that. Okay, me and her never had none of that. Okay, let's be clear. So you hear Jayla in the background. She like, oh my God, that's the first scene this happened. You know, Jayla was like, she didn't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the comments last week was like, oh, you always making jokes of Jayla and all that. First of all, some of y'all that have watched me from the beginning, I've been making fun of just the way some of Jayla's characteristics since Baddies South. Even I think during BGC. Stop. Like, please. Some of y'all are new. I've been doing that before she tweeted anything. And not even that. I'm making jokes about the fact that she homophobic. Y'all rather me cuss her out and be disrespectful? It's not that serious. Oh my God. Oh, y'all irritate me. So Tavy's just denying it. She's just like, no, like we never did nothing. Okay. I may have went a little bit under, but you know, I ain't going down. You feel me? Like, you know, I just went under. Okay. This whole scene, because Natalie pulls out this baddie card game, it just reminded me of that SWV song. You trying to go downtown? That's the way to my love. Spin it round and round. Ooh, you got the downtown to taste the sweetness won't be enough. That's the love that you've been dreaming of. You trying to go downtown, okay? I'm sorry, Tavy, but I do think you went downtown, okay? Because that was the way to find us love. Sorry, that's just some of our opinion, and it's okay. So at one point, Natalie decides to be messy, and she decides to call Summer. She calls Summer, and Summer like, oh, my mama. She like, okay, Summer, your name's going around. We wanted to know, did you eat? Did Lex eat your box? Did she? So Summer like, man, cousin, I gotta go, my cousin. She doesn't really answer it. She kind of leaves it up for Lex to answer. That did kind of make me side-eye her, but I still do believe on a drunk night. Thank you, Tavy, for being real. I do think it was a drunk night and something happened. And at the end of the day, the reason why I believe that is because it was too much sneaking around. You had a girlfriend at the time, Lex. Please don't stop negating that part. Straight up. That's the one detail Lex kind of leaves out as if she was dating a ghost. You had a whole stud girlfriend and y'all was doing something. Okay, y'all was feasting more at a golden at a big that eats at a Golden Corral. Y'all was feasting more than a big bitch at a Golden Corral, straight up. So please don't do that. You had a whole girlfriend. That's why I believe it, because it was the sneakiness around it. And I feel like she's embarrassed that, you know, she ate the cat on accident. Well, you can't really eat the cat on accident. Let me stop. It just can't just fall on your mouth. So that's not the case. But you ate the cat unintentionally. How about that? You know what I'm saying? It just happened because you were drunk, right? So then Big Lex is like, oh, really, Tavy? You really think that? But that's why I think that Lex started doing this. I said, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. She about to get you, Tavy, because she started doing this. She was like, that's why I think you and Fauna have something going on and you with Fauna. So then they FaceTime Fauna. Fauna was like, no, I never did nothing with her. And Fauna hung up quick. You know, when a phone hang up quick. I said, Well, damn. It gave when somebody when somebody parents trying to force you to come out, that you get off the phone or you get out quickly. It gave a little bit of that. I'm not gonna lie. Fauna, that was a little strange to me. So Lex is like, oh, I guess she wasn't, you're not her type or whatever. So Tay be like, man, like, what you mean, Lex? I'm everybody type. Just get me in the room. Actually, I lied. I ate that cat all night. You now what? I ate that cat all night. Okay. And I drank some Alizé afterwards. I know she wanted to say that so bad. But to, protect their images, they can't say it. You know what I'm saying? They cannot say it. All right. And that kind of ended off the messiness from there. Once again, they need to title this scene Downtown. Also, Janelle, I do think that you think that Lex and Summer gave each other favors. I think you was just scared to say it in the scene because you thought that Lex would be coming for you. What Krishaw said, just say you're scared, bro. That's what it gave to me. And it also, furthermore, Dolly saying that she was indecisive further proves to me that I think something did happen. Dolly thinks something happened. She herself don't want to say it. Not because she's scared. She does not want to piss off Lex and she likes her as a friend. So I just want to put that tidbit out there. Mm-hmm. And Jayla, you was caught red-handed at that club with DTV. I don't know why she tried to put that thing off. Like, that's where the opportunistic side comes from. No shade. Like, you was hanging out with DTV. It's okay, just admit it. You know what I'm saying? DTV's a fun girl. Like, you know, like she's not a day. You gonna get a good key hanging out with her. So you was hanging out with her. It is okay. Nobody cares. Okay. Now we get to this last rehearsal, and Tinka is back. Tink, what? Tink who? It took you. Every time now I think of Tinkerbella or she comes up in conversation, I just think of her in the pants. Oh my God. Thank God Tinker wasn't there when they got maced because most of the mates would have slipped up her ass crack. Because you know that her buttocks would have been out, girl. You know what I'm saying? It may have helped the baddies. Okay, I'll take that back. Tinker should have been there when they got maced because the mace would have went straight into Tinker's butt. It would have been like a magnet. It would have took all of it in, okay, instead of spreading all over. So they're catching her up there and telling her like what happened or whatever. So she like, why didn't you have like Natalie back, Jayla? Like, what's up? I really thought at one point Tinker was gonna be like, oh, you ain't had Natalie back? Oh, I need that. I thought she was gonna say that, but she didn't say that. So they going back and forth, telling her, catching her up and stuff. So then they bring up the whole Natalie and Tavy situation. I'm so sick of this situation being regurgitated. Tavy, you should have stayed out of it. This would have avoided the whole situation in general. I do not think she was breaking it up to be mutual. Like a little bit after the reunion, she was just like, yeah, I had to have like Natalie's back and stuff like that, boop, bop, boop. And I'm pretty sure Natalie put a booger in her hair or something like that. So that's what it gave. So I don't really think Fauna's 100% right in this because I don't think she was being neutral and breaking it up even then. Okay. At this point, Fauna is so over Baddies. She's slowly but surely turning back into a cop. Did y'all see what she was wearing in that scene? All she needed was the badge. The bitch had on all black. You know what I'm saying? She had the Van Dutch hat disguised as a police hat. You get what I'm saying? All she needed was the badge and the baton. And girl, Tavy, baby, you was gonna be in trouble. Tavy and Fauna constantly arguing, but nothing being done about it at this point. It's getting so tired and annoying. I'm so glad this season's ending because they arguing like cats and dogs, and the only thing that's getting eaten is the cat. Like, it's so irritating. Like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. I do think Tavy was acting as if she was not cool with DTV in front of Natalie to get Natalie's approval. Hello. I don't know who she's trying to fool. And Fauna is right about that. I just don't think she was trying to mutually break up no squabble. I think she was in her mind making sure that DTV loses. That's what it gave to me. Okay. Now they finally end, DJ Sky's catch up, and then the girls get to rehearsals. I said DJ Sky. They finally end freaking Tinkerbella's catch up. The girls get to rehearsal and stuff. They start performing. At one point, Lex get on stage. Okay, she do the if it's stuck in it, I ain't reasoning with you. No, okay, she's in her Colgate red. Y'all gonna stop making fun of Lex about that commercial, okay? Some of y'all really need to stop. I've been seeing it since I made that video. It's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Lex about that Colgate commercial. Some of y'all never have been on a set, okay? Some of y'all never have booked a gig a day in your life, okay? By the way, y'all, for the next few days, my background gonna look different because you feel me? I'm actually, no shade Lex. I'm booking a real commercial. I was like, I'm like, but not for real, I am though, the shade. But no, like y'all need to stop, okay? Because some of y'all talking on something y'all have no experience in, like on some real ish, okay? Please, y'all don't even know what a callback even sounds or looks like. Y'all don't even know no what a set even feels like. So shut up. At one point of the rehearsal, they bring out Brandon T. Jackson. No shade, the baddies are very disrespectful. Some of them look very uninterested. Like they couldn't be bothered. Nunu was looking down at him like, said, damn, bitch. Y'all are a tough crowd, babe. Okay, even before they even brought him out, Mariah gonna say Marlon Wayne. So when he came out, they probably was like, oh. But shout out to Brandon T. Jackson. I actually find him actually really funny. A lot of y'all that don't know, he's always talked about how he feels like he had a hard time in his career just due to certain roles that he did play, and that he was pigeonholed into playing like a certain role and stuff like that. So that is good that his career looks like it's actually like reviving. Next thing you know, Tommy comes in. So Tommy's like, man, I ain't do none of y'all. I ain't did nothing. You mean? Yeah. So I got my bitch Ciroc. Y'all know I don't drink Ciroc, but you know, I know Ciroc. Yeah, what's up? And I'm a ride. Lex like, I'm a ride too. Yeah. My whole thing is this. Why is Lex the one so rah-rah about this situation? Why is not Tasiki? I know that I think Tasiki ends up getting involved, if I'm not mistaken. At this point, I don't even remember or care. Why is Tasiki not the one rah-rah and Lex is? Mind you, they're defending Biggie. Please keep that in mind before y'all come for me in the comments. She's defending Biggie, who now she hates. Like, that is very confusing to me, okay? Anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think down below about this video, and we're out, babies.